Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, I'm very excited because I have all four of the brand new blushes from What's Up Beauty. But not only that, I also have all four of the brand new bronzers. Actually, here's the front of the brand new bronzers from What's Up Beauty. So I'm not going to be trying on all the bronzers because not all the shades are made for me, but I am going to be trying on all of the blushes. So let's get into it. Okay, so if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you will know that I really do like the brand What's Up Beauty. I don't do a lot of indie brands. However, What's Up Beauty did reach out to me at one point and they offered to send me one of their palettes, and I have been hooked ever since. I don't have my nails done right now, but I love their nail polish. I think they started with nails. I think it was like What's Up Nails, but their nail polish is phenomenal. It's one of those nail polishes that doesn't chip on me. I have nail polishes always chip on me. I do wear a lot of the semi gloss, the semi glaze from I think it's Dashing Divas. But when I don't do that and I'm wearing like a nail polish or I'm going to the salon, I will take one of my What's Up Beauty because it is one that doesn't chip. Especially on my toes, it will last, but on my nails, on my regular nails, it will last like a good week. So really phenomenal brand. I absolutely love their eyeshadows. When I went on vacation in July, I have a video that I need to finish up, but it's how I did my makeup in Disney World. And the only eyeshadows palettes I took were my three What's Up Beauty eyeshadow palettes. They're phenomenal. They're also compact, which is great for travel, but they also have a variety of shades. So you can kind of go more neutral, you can go more colorful. So you have this variety of colors, which I really loved. And then I had three of them and they're really compact, which is great. So I also have their new lipsticks, which are beautiful, and the packaging is incredible. The new eyeliners, I don't really use eyeliners as much, so I will say I do keep them. I have them, but I haven't used them as often. And their highlighters are gorgeous. Now I did gift the darker one to a friend because I didn't have the need for two, but I did keep the lighter one for me, and it has like two shades in it, so phenomenal. So when they reached out and said they were coming out with blushes and bronzers, I was like, I am absolutely in. I'm so excited. You know, their products are made in, well, a lot of their products, I won't say all of them, but a lot of their products are made in Italy, and these blushes and bronzers are made in Italy. There's 4 shades in each, and they are unique. Like they are a baked, I think they're a baked formula, but you will see, and I'm going to try and see which one I grab, but they have some unique colors. So this one this is one of the not as unique, but you can see where it's got some different colors in here. Let's see what else I can find. There's one that has like blue in it, which is really cool. Here it is. Yes, this is the lightest one, Peaceful Pisa. And it's got like that blue in there, which is really, really pretty. So it is a baked and powder blush formula as well as the bronzers. So we're just gonna get into it. Okay, so these are coming out on Friday, November 22nd. They're going to be $35 a piece. Usually they offer a bundle, so if you want certain products, I don't know if they're going to be doing that, but usually they do. They did give me this insert. So it is called the Cheeque Terre collection. It is the blush and bronzer collection. So you will see that you have the cover. This is the blush, and then the bronzer is purple. So if you get like a blush and a bronzer, you're gonna see that, you're gonna know which one's the difference. Now the blushes on the cover look the same. However, on the back, there is a description, and then also the color changes depending on the blush. So I do like that. Well, I would have preferred, you know, kind of maybe something on the front that's a little bit more descriptive. It is an indie brand and packaging is expensive. This is not a sticker. This is a sticker on the back, but this is not a sticker. So now the only thing is I wish this was a little flatter. I'm sure there was a reason for that, but I just like it to be more slender. But I do think that they're beautiful. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They feel, I won't say they feel luxe, but they don't feel cheap. I think they feel like a really good quality, you know, product, and it's beautiful. So that is the blush, and again, the bronzer is purple. So it states that it's made in Italy. It draws inspiration from the breathtaking coast of Italy. It is effortlessly buildable and blendable. Each powder showcases a unique marbled effect, and that was what I was talking about. It is absolutely unique. Now the blush has a delicate sheen with an ultra fine shimmer, and then that has a subtle glow with no chunky glitters. But the bronzer is matte with an ultra subtle sheen that offers a hint of radiance. So just so you know, there's a little bit more radiance and glow within the blush than there is the bronzer. So let's go ahead and talk about the shades. So we have the shades. Well, so the bronzers are, I mean, kind of like there are 4 shades. Now there's like light, medium, tan, deep. I'll get into those. Now there are some shades with the blushes have a little bit more difference. So let's get into the blushes. So I did already do swatches, so just so you know, but this is number 10, Peaceful Pisa. This is a baby pink with light champagne sheen. Really, really pretty. Next we have Serene Sienna. This is a peachy pink with a light gold sheen. 30 is Relaxed Roma, which is a dusty rose with rose gold sheen. And then 40 is Gentle Genovia, which is a brick red with a bronze sheen. So I'm gonna say, if you are a deep skin tone, this is probably gonna be the only shade that's gonna work for you. The other 3 I can definitely make work, and I can make this one work, but if you are a deep skin tone, or even a tan skin tone, I don't think the other 3 will work for you. Maybe 30, but I think it will be a very like light. That's the only thing. So, but again, indie brands, it's kind of hard to kind of, you know, but this I think is a really pretty, and it is more pigmented than it looks here. So those are the 4 shades. Now here they are in natural sunlight, and you can see again, that's number 10, Peaceful Pisa, Serene Sienna, Relaxed Roma, and Gentle Genovia. Those are that in order. So they swatched beautifully. They're just very, very, really smooth to application. So this is the Relaxed Roma. This is the Dusty Rose, and I really do love the shade. So you can just see it just blends. It just goes on so nice, and it does have that sheen. Really, really nice, and I can't wait to try them on. Okay, and next up, let's talk about the bronzers. So the bronzers also come in 4 shades, and these are just basically light, medium, tan, and deep. So let's go ahead. Now there's probably some differences in the undertones, and I'll show them when I swatch them, but this is going to be the light, and you can see this one has like a little bit of purple in it. This one is, I think, to me, the most neutral. Now, I am not the best in undertones. I kind of just see what I see, but I will be honest, I am not the best in undertones. So, but this to me looked to be the most neutral, and it is light, but it's not very light, but I think this is one that I am going to really, really like. And then let's look for number 2, medium. Now, number 20, or I guess 20 medium and 30 tan are very, very close in like depth. However, the undertone is different. So this is going to be medium, and I can absolutely make this one work. This one is definitely more warm. So this is 20 medium. And then next up we have 30 tan, and let's see if we can just do a side by side of 20 and 30. So 20 and 30, this one's just a little bit deeper, and I think a little bit redder, but that's it. It's very, very close. So I was gonna say, I'll show you my swatches in a second in natural sunlight, but if you're between the two, I wouldn't stress too much about it. Just kind of go with your gut, because once you swatch them, I don't think there's that much of a difference. Now, the one that is the biggest difference is the deep. And the deep is one that I don't think I could ever work for me. I did swatch it. It's absolutely gorgeous, but this is the deep. And this is something that is definitely for deeper skin tones, you know, which is not me. I do have a friend who gets all anytime I get something for deep skin tones, she gets all of, you know, she gets gifted everything after I swatch them. So she will be getting this one for sure. But let's just talk about the boxes. The boxes are pretty similar. You can see this is the blush box. This is the bronzer. It will say it at the bottom, but then at the top it has the color, and then the colors are they are different. You know, this is and it changes with the color of the blush, but it also changes with the color of the bronzer. And then on the back of you'll see that the tan, you know, the bronzer. So if you did happen to get two, you can see that it does change the color on the back. But that's the packaging and everything, but let's get trying this stuff on. So they have a great range of natural hair brushes that are really affordable. Now they are undyed goat hair. They're made in Japan and I really like them. I use them all the time. There's some that I like more than others, especially some of the shapes are just, I use them all the time. So anytime I'm using it, and I'm really bad at telling you what brush I'm using, but if I'm ever using one with a hot pink handle, that's going to be a What's Up Beauty brush. So now these are two of the face brushes. So the first face brush was the highlighter brush that came out with the two highlighters. I think it was earlier this year, maybe it was late last year, but I think it was earlier this year. But this is going to be R202, which is the blush brush. And then this one is R203, which is a bronzer brush. Now, usually a bronzer brush tends to be really big and bulky. I don't like those. I don't find those very easy to use. It's just, they're hard. I don't put bronzer like that on my face. So this one is actually up my alley. It's just smaller. So I've never used I've used brushes like this, but I've never had a bronzer brush like this. So just kind of compare the two. So I'm very excited. I am going to, definitely going to use this because I'm only going to use one of the shades today for the bronzer. With the blush, I'm going to try and clean this, but I might have to use a different brush just because I'm going to be trying on all four shades. Now the boxes look like this. It comes like this. And then the inside, it has this like insert where it's nice and secure. So I'm going to be throwing these away because there's no use to keeping the boxes because I am going to be using these brushes, but I think they're fantastic. So they just, and the brushes are great. So if you're looking to get into natural hair brushes at an affordable cost, I would definitely look into the ones from What's Up Beauty. Okay, so before we get started, I did forget to show you the swatches of the 4 bronzers in natural sunlight. So again, from left to right, you have 10 light, 20 medium, 30 tan, and 40 deep. So you can see that the 20 and 30 medium and tan are very, very close. Like it is very close. I do think the tan is a little bit redder, but not by much, but maybe a little bit redder, a little bit warmer. But I think that all 3 are beautiful. Now the tan I think is a little, I could make the tan work. I could definitely make the tan work, but it would be really light-handed and I would probably need to have like a little bit of a spray tan. Because I think right now it would look a little streaky unless I used it as like an eyeshadow or, you know, a blush. But as a bronzer, I think it's not going to look good. I am going to, on camera, since I'm on camera today, I think the light isn't going to show up. The light might be what I would use in real life, but with the lights and everything, I don't think they're going to show, if the light is going to show up on camera. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the medium. I think the medium is what I would use when I kind of have a spray tan or I'm on vacation where I'm a little bit, kind of have more color. So, or if I'm going more full glam, then I would go for the medium. And it's a little bit more warmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brush here. And you can see it's picking up really, really great. And let me just get my little baby Yoda mirror. And I'm just gonna go in, ooh, and you can see how beautiful that looks. It just goes on really nice. So let me see if I can try the light. Let me try the light a little bit. And I'm gonna go in on the other side with the same brush, but it's picking up. So I do wanna just kind of compare the light a little bit, just so that you can kind of see. No, I need to, the light is probably what I would use every day. Like it's going on gorgeous. I don't have to go as light-handed, really, really pretty. So that's the medium for me and that's the light. But I think the light is probably a better shade match for me, for every day. But Really gorgeous. I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to probably mix together, but there you can see medium, light, gorgeous. Okay, so now let's get into the blushes because I think that's what people are going to be most interested in. But this is going to be Peaceful Pisa. This is the baby pink. What I like about this is that it's not that Barbie pink. I am not into the Barbie pink. I think this is a beautiful, it's described as a baby pink with a light champagne sheen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brush and I'm going to use one side for each because I was able to do that with the bronzer brush. But I'm going to put on, and then I'm going to kind of clean it up, and then I'll do the other two shades. But let's start with this one. Now this one is by far the lightest, but this natural hair brush really picks this up, and you can see, and I wouldn't be afraid of the blue. I think the blue just kind of adds a new dimension to it, but you can see how much that picked up, and then you can see how this side is clean. So I'm gonna go ahead in and just, that is just gorgeous. It really applies really, really beautifully. And it is just a gorgeous. Now this is a really, really gorgeous pink. I'm packing it on because I want it to show on camera, and this is a lighter shade, but I can see it, like right now I have enough for myself in daily time, you know, like daily life, but I think this is just a really, really gorgeous pink. So honestly, I'm loving this because it's a really pretty pink, goes on really nicely, beautifully, and it does, I will say it does, you know, it feels like it is blurring. There's a sheen to it, but it's not glowy. I'm not a glowy blush person. So if you are someone who really loves glowy blushes, you're not gonna like this. It's got a sheen to it. Definitely more than the bronzer. The bronzer, I didn't even really honestly detect much of a sheen on my face. In the swatches, yes, but on my face, not much. Here I can, but it's not glowy. So it's not that flat matte, if that makes sense. But anyway, so this is going to be the Peaceful Pisa, which is the baby pink. Now I do have my little Sigma switch here, and I am using that, and you can see, well, I'm going to use the other side. You can see it's pretty much taken off most of the color. So now we're going to go in with Serene Sienna, and this is the peachy pink with light gold sheen. So this one is, if I were to pick one based on the swatches, which one would be my favorite? This one would probably be it. But I really love this one on honestly, I thought this was going to be probably my least favorite. I really like it. So this would be the one if I were to like pick on, if I was going to buy, you know, based on the pictures and the swatches, this would be the shade I would pick because I love a good peachy pink. I tend to go towards more warm colors, and I think this is it. And you can definitely see. Now it doesn't appear to be that much darker. Now I did pack a lot on this side, but let me just go ahead and pack a lot on this side as well. But this is gorgeous. It really is. It's kind of like, it's definitely more peachy than pink, I will say, but I do think it is gorgeous. So again, this is Serene Sienna, and this is the peachy pink. Okay, so I cleaned off the brush pretty well. It's not coming off anymore, so there might be some color stain, but it's not coming off on my skin. But we're gonna go on to the next shade, and this is going to be Relaxed Roma. This is the Dusty Rose with Rose Gold Sheen. And this one kind of reminded me of the Pillow Talk shade from Charlotte Tilbury, which is one of my favorite blushes. I love a good dusty rose. That's why I was surprised I like the pink as much, because I usually prefer a dusty rose compared to a pink, but I really liked that baby pink. But let's go ahead and go with this one. Now this one's going to be a little bit deeper. It's definitely something I can work with, but it is a little bit deeper. So I'm going to try and go just a little bit lighter handed, but you can, as you saw with the first two, you can definitely build them up, which I also like. Like sometimes blushes, or just any product in general, you really can't build them up. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. This one you absolutely can. This one is really pretty. Now this one I would say is probably not the most unique shade. Not that that's a bad thing. I think the first two were probably more unique to my collection. Where, like I said, this one kind of reminds me of Pillow Talk. However, I love the formula. I think the formula is gorgeous. So this is the Relaxed Roma. Again, this is the Dusty Rose. So Relaxed Roma. Okay, and then finally, this is Gentle Genova. I said Genovia. Obviously, I was a fan of the Princess Diaries. It's Genova. But it is a brick red with a bronze sheen. Now, this is the deepest one. Again, this is one I can make work, but it's one that I have to go light-handed, and that is what I'm going to do. But I can definitely, I'm gonna just kind of go light-handed here. But it's really pretty. Now it's swatched beautifully. It went on really nice. And I really like it. Let's see. Now I don't know how this is going to work with a deeper skin tone. So I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about deeper skin tones because I don't have a deep skin tone. But it's obviously building up really nicely. That's too much for me. Like, that is a little too much, but if you saw it in the beginning, I could go very, very light-handed, and I think it's a really pretty shade. Let me try and buff it out a little bit. So I'm gonna buff it out a little bit, and yeah, it's a really pretty, like it's a warm red. So it's like a warm red, just gorgeous. So again, this is Gentle Genova, and this is the brick red. Okay, so it's that time for my final thoughts of my first impression. So my first impression of these is that they're phenomenal. They are really beautiful formula. They go on, they pick up with the brush, and I like these brushes. I will say I really like these brushes. I really like this bronzer brush. Like, this is the first bronzer brush, and I'm like, yes, a bronzer brush that's not huge. I'm not a big fan of the big puffy ones. And this is one that I could see, like, if there's a bronzer in a palette, I can go in there and get the bronzer without picking up other product, which I really like. And they both picked up the product really, really well. It applied really well. So if you're going to pick up one of these blushes or bronzers or one of each, I would definitely recommend picking up the brushes as well. So I think they're just beautiful. They're very, they go on so nice, just so rich and creamy, and have a beautiful, nice, natural sheen that's not too glowy, but I think just has a beautiful finish, and they just go on really, really nice. Now, obviously, this is the first impression. I've only swatched them. I just got them, but I really like them. Now, they're $35 a piece, so it is on the higher end, but it is an indie brand, and they are made in Italy, and I think that is worth it. So sometimes I don't know what the pricing is going to be, if there's going to be some bundles, but I do know there's $35. I don't think I have a promo code. I'll double check, and if I do, I'll put it in the description box below, but I don't think I have a promo code. But I do recommend them. As far as the shades for the bronzer, I think if you're like me, I'm a light medium skin tone. I could probably go for light medium or even tan if I wanted to, but I think tan is kind of pushing it. I would go for the light or the medium. I could use either or. You saw that the light, I thought the light was going to be too light on me, showed up beautifully. And I have no spray tan right now. So I think the light for me right now is perfect. The medium is one I would work if I'm using more, if I'm going kind of more of a glam look, like a full face of, full coverage makeup, or if I have a spray tan, which is a lot of times when I'm on vacation. So, but I think they're both absolutely beautiful, and with the brush applied beautifully. The blushes, I don't know which one's my favorite, to be honest. I think the most common one is the Relaxed Roma, which is the Dusty Rose. However, sometimes I say that and I think, okay, it's like not, but that's going to be the one I reach for the most. So I really like all four. And what I'll probably see is I'll see when I do my editing and I see them on camera, I'm like, oh, okay, that one looked, because I can only see some in my mirror as well, but I'm not really sure. I really liked the baby pink though. And that is one that I don't have a lot of shades like, as well as the Serene Sienna. That one's like a peachy pink, but it's more peachy than pink. So I think for me, those are probably the two that I will reach for the most, but the Relaxed Roma, I love a Dusty Rose. So I'm kind of torn. but I don't know. The Gentle Genova, which is the brick red, that one's just really deep. I think that will probably be the one I reach for the least because it is deeper. But if I'm going for a more natural eye look, that might, maybe I go for a bolder cheek. But I do think the color is gorgeous. Like, I think its color is gorgeous, and I can make it work if I go light-handed. So I think they're gorgeous. Absolutely worth it. I hope she has a bundle with like a blush and a bronzer with a little discount, or maybe a bundle with the brushes. I think they're great. So let me know what you think below, which colors you're interested in, and if you're interested in picking up any of these. I think the brand is great. I think they're doing just great things, and I am very excited to see what else they're having coming out. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.